Oh, I hope that was the first thing
Did
that
you
you
say
guys
Nietzsche
heard.
was an asshole, by the way?
Yeah, yeah, he is
Yes.
an asshole.
Oh man, we're on the same page. Love it. I love that I have found this home.
When he started nailing cats alive and trying to dig around in their guts for a soul, I kind of checked out.
Well, I mean, we're not talking about his physical thing, but his actual philosophical ideas too are pretty not. They don't stand up. So
Yeah,
I think that's a good jumping point, though, talking about if no one wanted to do their job anymore and money, like if we're like, all right, money is no longer a thing. I mean, obviously, the whole society, like if the whole world said that, okay, the whole world would be in chaos or whatever. But I don't know. It's what I could see for like foresee happening would be just chaos, probably for years until there's groups, little clusters that are like, okay, we need to have jobs. We need to build some sort of like sort of scary. The thing that pops into my mind is the that little community in The Walking Dead where like it's normal houses, normal everything, but there's a huge steel wall like enclosing them. That's what I feel like would happen. And it would get to the point where we're just back to where we started. I think that's just how we are as humans. I don't think we're designed really anywhere like any way else where it's like this want. I don't know. That's just me. I think it's very hard to now. I think if we had a hard reboot, right, where it was we were not exposed to the materialistic world that we live in, maybe then we would have a chance to like, build society different. But this kind of reminds me of the conversation I was having with my wife yesterday, where apparently Gen Zers are trying to go back to flip phones. Like on the weekends, they have a second phone and it's a flip phone, but they can't disconnect fully from it. Like it's going to be too easy for me to just, after this smartphone, I'm just gonna be like, yep, flip phone, too easy. Whatever I need to do, I can do at the end of the day. I don't need to be plugged in or whatever. But I think it's hard for us as humans right now to totally detach because I feel like it would turn right back into that where it's like, okay, we have within these communities small little markets. Oh, look at these trinkets that we have. Would you want one? And now we're back into that materialistic way, and then it's just I don't know. That's what I feel, but you guys could probably see. Clark, you were shaking your head a little bit. What do you think?
Mhm. Oh well, I mean, oh gosh, there's a lot of things I could say about that, but the last thing out of everything you were saying, the last thing I could think about was navigation. Can you imagine having to navigate right now with because everybody's dependent on Apple Maps or Google Maps? Uh,
I
like
can I can find an atlas. I can pick up an atlas and I can navigate.
I mean, you can do that once you have military experience. Some of us here, all of us here, I'm pretty sure Seth obviously has cartography. He's dabbled in it, I would imagine. So,
yeah.
um,
I got an award at camp.
see, all of us here are not really scared of actually pulling on a map and actually finding our directions and stuff like that.
Mm.
So, but I think there's a huge gap in the generations now of like being able to actually even get. I mean, where would could they find their own Starbucks? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, we grew up with MapQuest. I remember MapQuesting things, like going on to that, and it gave you a printout of the
big
route that you needed to, and
you're
then like,
holding sheets and you have a navigator. Your navigator is your passenger seat guy. He was like sitting
yeah,
there, you turn right on this exit.
yep,
But I
yep.
mean, you gotta remember, like, gosh, that's you go pre 1994 and you don't have any of that. So,
No, it really was just like it was road maps. You had because my dad still used one for the longest time. I think it wasn't until like 2010, 2012, somewhere in that time that my brothers actually bought him like a Garmin for the your car, but he had just an atlas of the United States. It was like a phone book thick. And he, before any trip, he would take it out. he would sit on the hood of the car and he would just write down exactly where he needed to go, and he could do it.
That's
And we all
crazy.
made fun of him for it, but it's like
That's
that's
an
something that's
essential
a
skill now.
yeah, exactly. So, yep.
My grandfather was like that. He kept records like on a pen and pad all the time, and whenever, like, the stories I've heard from my mom, just always like, I even remember popping out the map, or going to the gas station and picking up one for that area, and
Yep.
like, uh, the only one time I made a trek pre smartphone, and I had to use like a real map, and that was, and once I got the smartphone, I was like, fuck this. This is like way easier.
Uh,
You still have
would you
even to this day, you have places like for my work now, I get drawn to places in like backwoods where it's like, oh, this is a road that exists. You type it in and it says take you down here, and then I actually drive down it, and it's like a soft sand road under railroad trestles, and like I'm not sure if my truck is actually gonna make it the whole way. Like, so I mean, like it's crazy to think about that. Like we think we have everything mapped out, but we really don't.
well,
Yeah.
okay, well, let's take a couple of steps backwards and everything. Besides the whole mapping and everything like that, how do you guys think society would operate if okay, money is no longer a thing? What's next? What is the what happens immediately if everyone is like, nope, we every single currency doesn't matter anymore. We're not doing
22 long rifle.
it.
22 long rifle becomes the currency.
Nope.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
um
Ammo becomes currency first thing, and then food is trade, food, fabrics, things like that. But
Drugs.
yeah. Oh, drugs, absolutely.
Ooh.
Yeah. If
Yep.
you've
All
got, I
the
mean,
with first 48 hours, if that, would the all the pharmacies would be raided, so there'll be little niches of hoarders, me amongst them.
yeah, first 48 hours, he's right. He's down there. That's why we're on like those two spectrums of it.
Yep.
Uh, he's gonna get all the drugs. He's gonna be like, "Yep, I've got the trade value." But 22 long rifle is probably going to be the currency of like of the future if Western civilization falls.
What would be very interesting is the in areas where it's difficult for people to shoot, so they've just never grown up. But I'm not casting shade on them. I'm just saying, like, not that I'm not talking about people that choose, like, have a phobia about guns. I'm talking about people that just literally did not grow up with them, have no idea how to use them, et cetera, et cetera. Um, what happens to them? That's the thing. I mean, those major city centers.
So this
It
is
sells at a premium, maybe they have better stuff
Ah,
to give. So
maybe I'll just wait. I'll let them bust themselves up getting all the drugs out of robbing the stores, and then I'll just be like, hey, I got some ammo and some
also they
cheap
have
guns.
less stuff that 22 long rifle will kill. Like they got beaver, things like that. There's
Oh
less
yeah,
things that. So you got to think if you're talking about that Pacific Northwest, there's less things that 22 long rifle actually kills and is good for. Because the
true.
farther north you get, the bigger the mammals get.
so we were kind of talking about this a little bit before we started recording. The that safety net and everything. The people that like just don't have any survival or anything like that. I feel like that's why these communities would start, like kind of start up again, is because you would find people where they would say, okay, I can provide security, I can provide you a safety net, but in return you have to do this. And it would just the cycle would start again, because you have those people who know, like, I can't do anything, I can't survive, but at least I have a home and I know people won't be shooting at me and I have this gate, and I feel like it would just like the tides would just turn. It would just be a different sort of thing. I don't think we would all come together and be like, okay, let's all start farming. Like I don't think we would do that. It would be a cutthroat type of world we would live in, and just people would be after just people would be out for themselves, which is understandable. So,
There would be so many power vacuums that
mhm,
brutal people would fill immediately.
yep,
like like you think about like just the pop-ups of like bullet kings here and there, and like little warlords in their like little section. Like the other thing is uh if like look at the West, like before the West was tamed in the United States. I mean that you had like tycoons of this business or that basically owned, the law and everything in that town. Like I mean, it would be a little bit more brutal because you have all the masses now. You have all this
mhm,
infrastructure, the masses. There would be a ton of redistribution of wealth in not the way everyone would expect. It would just be absolute. I mean, the amount of pillaging that would happen, like first, like all the grocery stores, drugstores, ammo stores, just all of it would be pilfered. And then you'd have like small bands of people trading. And then I think you would get to people locking down sections, like huge gated communities or whatever.
yeah.
uh and yeah, it would be like a stage of really bad situations.
It sounds so bad, but it's making me excited.
I know.
It's just,
If
Oh,
I
it's
wasn't
just
so
honestly,
tired, I would be all revved up about it. But I just had to
all
talk
for
about
it.
existence, so
I
no.
don't know how far you get to the gated societies. Honestly, I think you still have the like generally um like skirmish patrolled like palisade maybe like outskirted things. I don't even think you get I don't think you see like the postman with Kevin Costner, that movie. Kevin Costner, Will Patton, all that stuff. Like I don't think you even get gated cities and stuff like that at that point. Um
it would just be like reduced to rubble first, you're saying? Like there would be towns out in the
it
middle of
depends on
nowhere that would.
what causes the breakdown. Like if
Yeah.
we get a Western civilization breakdown of society, like a civil war thing, um, I just think it actually becomes cordoned off parts of cities. So the
Okay.
infrastructure is already there.
So
I
you're
don't,
saying like the
yeah,
gates
I'm
would
not,
just be piled up cars.
yeah, I don't think there's actually anyone that's actually going to nuke us in all of our major cities because I don't think Russia's kept up with their shit. And, uh, yeah, I'm fully
Hmm.
aware of that. And then China does not putting in the money to actually do their long range ballistic missiles. I don't think anyone's actually going to be, no one's going to be like taking down Houston, Chicago, like Jacksonville, Atlanta, New York. Like,
All they
I
would
don't
have to
think
do is take out our
anyone,
power
yeah.
grid.
So I think, yeah, I think if anything happens, if Western civilization breaks down, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a power grid thing, or it's going to be a financial thing. And, the cities are going to remain intact, and it's just going to be the people repurposing what we already have. So,
Makes sense.
What would a more mature form of currency look like to you guys? Okay, let's say we're exiting the stage of bullets being currency. What
Bottle
what would be
caps.
the final form?
Bottle caps.
yeah, seems easy, but I think
I think at that point we just go back to like actual like gold and
yeah,
silver.
precious metal, honestly, and I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a singular currency to begin with. I think it's going to be like kind of felt out, like uh, so we have certain things copper. Like people are gonna find pennies. Okay, you can make copper. You can melt it down. You got copper. It's got zinc in it. Whatever. Same thing with nickel. Like nickels, it's gonna be mostly zinc and copper. Um, I think we're gonna get like former currency, and we're gonna have to figure out a way of how it means something. Like it's gonna be a trade value. Like I owe you this. I give you this. I owe you this. So
Yeah.
currency is basically gonna, yeah, it's gonna be the same thing.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay. We're gonna do something. All right. This is
We're playing a game.
Yep, it's a game, and I think you guys might have heard of it, might have done it before. It's called drafts. Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay, so we pick. I think this is a perfect topic. Like just like end of the world, worst case scenario. We can stick on the lines of that. You as the audience member, if you've not heard of drafts before, you can play along too. It's very easy, very fun. What we'll do just to start off with is we'll do the top three. Okay, and what the subject is, we'll call it um, top three trading materials at the end of the world. Okay. And how this works is we all sit here and we all think about the top three trading materials that we think would be the top three, right? And let's say I don't want to give anything. Let's just say I say oatmeal. All right. I say oatmeal is going to be the number one, my pick. And let's say you had oatmeal on your list too. You can't pick oatmeal,
yep, you can do it.
right? We can be very specific or we can be very vague. So like for instance, if I say food, are we going to allow food to be something that I can take like all food items? Or do I have to be very specific with like these trading materials? So, what do you guys want to do?
I know, because I would think like there's certain. This is it going to be me versus Seth directly?
Clark
It's
already
all
knows
three.
my answers.
It's all
if it's me versus Seth directly, it's gonna be vicious. We're gonna be like, okay, is this meal? Is it corn? Is it like, yeah, like vegetables? Like,
So
we're gonna
wait,
be
so wait,
very.
you're
Or is it just gonna be like, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's like let's make sure we know what we're doing before we get the draft. 'Cause we're gonna make our picks very specifically because me and him are both survivalists. So
but my question is like, all right, wait, the top, are you saying we all pick three
yeah. Yeah. We all
forms of
but it's
currency?
done like an NFL draft. So if someone picks
yes.
something, you
Oh,
can't take it anymore.
oh,
So
that part was like, I didn't.
if I said straight off the bat, I said I want ammo or whatever it is, like, are we being that? I'm not gonna be that specific. Say ammo. Uh, then he can't take that now. He has to say, like,
Man,
I want
Yeah,
vegetables or whatever. Yeah,
like if he says he says ammo and I had, let's just say, a 5.56 or whatever. Are we allowing that? Are we allowing
yeah. Do you
someone to
want?
take all ammo, or do we have to be very specific with what we think the currency will be? Or are we just being like, hey, food, water, whatever.
I think if you go me versus Seth, we can get really specific.
yeah. All right, wait, do I need a piece of paper? What do
I
we
mean,
need?
I honestly
your
thought about
phone.
that. I'm like, I might need a piece of paper to write some of this down.
All right, hold
You,
on.
all right, your pen, paper, phone, whatever works.
Okay.
I gotta yell at the wife real quick.
Okay.
She goes, "You didn't say that." It's like, now I need it. All right. So, Alex, are you being the mediator, like the question asker,
No,
or are
I'll
you
like
pointing out too?
no, I'll do it too.
All right, all right, all right. Like this.
And then how
The
it kind of work.
apocalypse draft. I like
What's
this.
that? The
This
apocalypse
episode
draft.
will be the apocalypse draft. I like it.
And what we can also do too is like we can do many forms of this. Obviously, like we can do our top three or top five vehicles that we would have, top five melee weapons, top five locations that we would say. There's endless drafts that we can do
Oh,
with this.
So
oh,
I'm not too familiar. Oh, whoops. I'm not too familiar with this. So like, all right, each of us gives three, and
Yep.
then then we're all voting stuff in and
Yes.
out. Okay. Okay.
So So at the very end, we like if I was like, oh shit, Clark has a really good list, I would go with his. I mean, obviously you can't pick your own, right? So someone will win because I picked my list. I'm gonna pick mine. You know
So
what
we
I
can
mean?
only do 3?
If we want to do more, we can do more. It's just this is the very first one. So let's just start with 3.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
but
gonna put Babastis up. She's gonna drool all over my.
All right. I'm ready for this.
Say bye, Bubs.
I was
Just you guys,
born.
see you
bye,
guys
kitty.
later.
Bye.
No. I don't even know where my immerse probably sitting down below me and I don't even know it. So yeah. I was born for this, man.
So like there's also like the ones that I've seen are like the top 5 Toms. So like Tom Brady, Tommy Boy,
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
Like,
Those are all good. That's a good pick.
right?
Good picks, man. Tom Jones is probably in there.
Oh, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
It's not unusual that Tom Jones is in there.
Uh, Clark or Seth, you already starting?
Oh, are we
Aren't
writing?
we supposed to, are we supposed to
I
write
didn't know
stuff
if we were
down?
writing stuff down. I've
Yeah,
already got.
yeah, yeah. Is
Yeah, I'm
everyone?
just writing. I'm
If
just
you're
writing
like,
my
I didn't
3.
know what the question is. Like, we're doing the draft, so
Yeah, yeah. So like
Oh,
now we'll take like 5 minutes. When everyone's ready, we'll just give a thumbs up. What I would do is maybe have like 5 or 6. That way, if someone does pick yours, you can put something in that spot. But
and it's just the draft of. So, what is the official question? The draft of things you're taking. As soon as you get the warning, like the bam 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 bam, like
do we
is that
want
what?
to do you want to do that, or were we going to do currency? Like, what do you guys want to do? We can do it. I'm up for whatever kind of draft.
I already started writing down my currency.
Okay, we'll do
Okay.
currencies. So the
All right.
top 3 currencies that you think will be of value if shit hits the fan.
All right.
Now, question: if any of us do a similar answer, what were you saying that what happens?
It'll be in an order, so you have to drop down to your next thing, and you better have backups.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
That's
so
all.
yeah.
So I can make so right now I can make a list more than 3.
You can make a list of
Yes.
10, 20, and have backup.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
if I choose your call, then you can say, okay, I can go down to 6 or 7 now instead of my 5th choice. So
I feel like some of them ones that I have, you guys are gonna be like, I didn't even think of that.
yeah, I think I can wing it and hang in there. So because you got done real quick, Alex.
Well, this is not my first time playing drafts, so I kind of know what to do.
He's got to pay.
All right. We'll this. All right. Who wants to go first? I'm okay with
Birthdays. Who's the soonest birthday?
June 4th, 1989.
September.
He's June. He wins.
All right.
What
Seth?
are you? I want to know your birthday.
I'm October 20th.
Okay, September and October.
Hmm.
Gotcha. All right. Ooh, we should have like birthday bashes. That would be fun. Like we have confetti. We have like animated.
Wait, what did
confetti.
you say your birthday was? June what? What day?
June 4th.
Oh,
One of those crazy Geminis.
no,
right.
my wife is 14. So
Oh, cool. She's a Gemini too.
yep, and
Do you-
every girl I've dated has been a Gemini. Has been a June birthday. So
Huh.
just so
Is
you know.
does she have like a secretive side and she's tricky?
No, she's just kind of weird.
See, everyone that like meets me, and if they're into that woo woo stuff, they're like always like, "What's your sign?" And I'm like, yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, so you have like," yeah. They always like make a thing out of it. Anyway,
Well, I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra, and she's a Gemini, and we cannot make up our minds on what we want to eat any fucking day. I'm two minds about everything, and she's like between two sides. So
yeah. Um, Can't find anything. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. I've got cut to.
With the number
All
one
right.
draft pick.
So do I just read them all?
No, you read the first one.
No. Your first pick that you get.
Yep.
So you get the number one draft pick. If you could get one thing in the apocalypse, what is it?
Well, the first one would be bullets.
Currency. First thing
Okay.
in the apocalypse that you're going to use as currency, what is it?
Bullets.
All right. So
He said,
bullets.
yeah.
All right.
Wait, what just happened? What's going
No,
on?
I was just making sure you were just not being like, I want bullets. I go and make sure. you
No,
understood.
well, no. I have a list here, and that is on it.
Is that your number one?
Is that your number one? Is that
No,
what
well,
you're gonna take?
no, because I didn't know how we were.
I don't think he understands.
I've never played draft. I don't watch football. I'm sorry.
What is your number? What is the number?
The first
one?
thing on there, opiates. Okay, they're opiates.
Okay, he takes opiates as number one.
Okay.
Because I said no, because Clark was like, no, what's your first pick? It was like Alex was like first list, and he was like, no, first pick. So I was like, oh, I can pick any of them, and then that's why I got my shifty eye at you. I was like, I'm gonna take the bullets.
Well, technically, you can take your pick anywhere on your list, but once you take it, that's your first pick.
Yeah,
but I took bullets. Are you saying when I write it down?
So what? What do
I
you want?
honestly do not understand this game.
If you choose bullets, Alex and I cannot choose bullets.
But I did. I chose that first, and then you're like, no. What's the first thing you wrote down?
No, then you chose bullets. You got bullets then. So
okay.
Bullets. He has bullets as currency, and that's all calibers. We're not gonna be specific and crazy.
It's a big bucket of bullets. Yeah.
Yep, he's got a bucket of bullets. So bullets is his thing. Alex, you go with that?
Clark, you can go next.
All right. Wait, you're September. You go before me.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna have to say, manual labor.
You got slaves on your list?
Not slaves. I think people are going to offer. I think people are going to offer their time and their energy as currency.
Servants.
No, manual labor.
People that are doing the work because they can't fight.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right, Clark.
Some of these people might be like medical though. They might be like, you can't just. Is it a blanket?
Oh, I'm not. It's up to the person. I'm not picking people up and being like, all right, you're gonna work for me. Like you're gonna do.
Get on the wagon.
No. All I'm saying is if
like you dig ditches now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're moving on. Clark, what did you pick?
All right, I'm actually doing canned goods.
Oh, that's a good one.
This is gonna be my first. So
Seth?
Oh, so this is a rotation thing.
Well, do we do it where it actually it goes 1, 2, 3 and then 3, 2, 1? So technically I get a pick again and then it goes back down. Like
yeah, sure.
That's how because I was the third pick, so therefore I get another pick and then it goes back down. So
yeah, that's fine.
I'll do my next pick is actually it's gonna be fabric or like tent, canvas basically. So
canvas. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want next is a shelter, I guess.
I can't do that one. I'm gonna say farm animals.
No,
Oh wait, are we supposed to be writing down everyone's pick?
No,
you
just yours.
just mark it off if it's on your list. Exit off, basically.
Um, the next one is gonna be stills.
Stills. Okay.
It's good.
All right. And then Seth, you get to go
Yeah.
again.
Oh, I go
Seth, it's
again.
back to you. Yep, you get to go again.
Oh, I should have written down drugs, but I put opiates. I was thinking too specifically.
You still
my
can.
next-
None of
My
us.
my next pick would be drugs in general, just
Pharmaceuticals.
various.
We'll
Yeah,
just go with pharmaceuticals. Yeah.
Okay.
but man, if it was the end of the world, that's when I would start my pill problem.
My next one is gonna be sex. I think that is gonna be a form of currency.
Fair enough.
I just picture you like opening like a red light district in the tent city.
Why is it that it's like I'm gonna get people to work for
I'm
me?
gonna-
People are gonna have sex for me.
So this isn't like something we would do. This is just like general currency that we think would happen.
Yes.
Oh, I thought each of us were like, I was picturing me with like a bunch of stills and
You've got all
you
the-
become a prostitute.
Yeah. Put it this way: you're starving and thirsty, but you've got everything everyone wants.
He's got the hose. All right.
Yes.
All right, I've
All
got
right.
my next pick, and it's easy. It's really easy, and I'm glad I got it this late. I think we're in the 7th round, and I got it this late. Well water.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
want, I want water. So I've got canned goods, water, and shelter.
Canned goods.
I think
Okay.
I'm doing pretty good.
Canned goods, shelter, and water. And then what were yours, Seth?
Mine was bullets, stills, and opiates. Or drugs, sorry.
Okay.
Pharmaceuticals, sorry, again.
Mine was manual labor, farm animals, and sex. So
Not
All
in
right.
that order.
Those are gonna blend. Those are gonna blend real quick.
I'll give you a chicken. Well, you know what the payment is.
Well, you know.
All right. So now we all think, or now we just go around and say who we thought, besides your own, whose list would you go, and then go with, and that's who the winner is. I'm gonna say Clark. Clark, you have my vote.
Yeah, I'm just not down with the farm animals and sex, so I'm gonna have to go with Clark.
It's not that you are actively doing the sex or the farm animals.
Can we all right, look, can we just admit that I don't know how to play this game? Like I thought we were gonna have like a tree. Like once we pick, then then it's like what is that called when it's like verses and then we whittle down to 2. That's
Like a
what I thought drafts was.
Got you.
Like a bracketing system.
Yeah, isn't that what the fantasy football draft is? Like when you have the brackets and like your team loses and then they go off to the next game and then they win and then they go up to the playoffs. Like
I think at the end of the day, we should take away from this that if we all came together, we'd have a pretty solid community.
And that's what I mean. Is like we just built the world all over again. We got the pharmaceuticals, the water, the sex, the animals. we got it all.
Sex. Yeah. You know,
all right.
Manual labor.
over that in the paddocks. We'll let Alex have the sex paddocks. And
So okay. All right, cool. So there's no bracketing system in drafts. Got it.
no.
All right. I've never played that game before. Totally new to me. Thank you
Uh,
for inviting me.
You're
yeah.
welcome. You're welcome. What'd you think? A scale 1 to 10. Did you like it?
It was fun. It was lively. I liked it. I would
Yeah.
do it again.
All right, let's do it again
And
then.
now that you understand it, you want to take the top tier stuff off the board early.
What's the first thing you wrote down? Opiates, but I want bullets.
Yeah. He did good by taking bullets. I mean, honestly, bullets is
You can't go
a
wrong. I mean, if
good,
you had
good
just
first
bullets and
round pick.
drugs, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I wouldn't have a shelter like Clark, but
The
it would
person
be
that has
all
bullets,
rainy.
though, I mean,
But
like
I
I said,
have bullets and guns.
yeah.
I
If you
mean,
came to my shelter and said I am cold and wet and I'm starving, but I have bullets and guns, I would say, "Come on in. We can
there
make
we
a
go.
deal."
All right,
Yep.
makes sense.
I don't have anything, but I can perform services.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Come on in, big boy.
See,
Come
that's what I'm.
on.
That's what I'm picturing. You have to like yeah. If you can't carry the things, you have to perform them. So that's an issue.
See, but I feel like I feel like that's a legitimate like. I feel like people are gonna be like, I
You're
can't.
right. You're not wrong. You're absolutely
Yeah.
not wrong. That's the thing.
There's gonna be more people of the night. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Um,
Anybody see any good movies lately? Any shows, movies? Anything you want to talk about?
No, but there is a movie that has been getting a lot of praise that I want to watch. I'll probably do today. It's called The Whale.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, that's on my list. I haven't seen it yet.
Yes, and it's one that I really want to watch because apparently that's like what is it? Brendan Fraser's like
Yep.
comeback film type thing. Like he's been in like little things here and there. Like he's
Yeah.
starting to get his popularity back. But like that one, people are just like standing ovation.
They
So
won an
He's
Oscar for it.
slow. Oh wow. I didn't know that. He's
Yeah.
slowly getting he's slowly getting the Keanu Reeves phenomenon. Like the internet just loves Keanu Reeves. And it's slowly starting to happen to him.
Yep. Yep. Well,
Um
he's in he's in the like a DC TV show. Forgot what it's
Yeah,
called.
he was gonna be the villain, and oh my gosh,
Patrol, something Patrol.
I don't think he actually ended up being the villain in it, but he was supposed to be the villain in a DC movie.
Doom
Really?
Patrol.
Oh, he was supposed to
Doom
be Firefly, I think.
Firefly.
Batman villain, the guy that has the jetpack, like the fire jetpack.
All right, I don't know him.
Really?
Yeah, he was supposed to be Firefly, and they didn't do it, and so I don't know if they're still planning on doing it or not, but that was the thing. He came out in an interview and said that he was supposed to be Firefly. So
Were you talking about Doom Patrol?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
that's what I
Doom
thought.
Patrol.
That started. It kind of teetered off for me, but it started pretty strong.
Yeah.
I got kind of bored at the end, but I went to a movie last night, I think, called Sisu.
I want to. That's the one where it's like the what is it like
Yep.
a Swedish
Yeah.
or yeah.
Yeah. It's I had never heard of it. I've never seen an advertisement for it, nothing. My gun buddy was like, "Dude, we got to go see this." I was like, "What is it?" And he like it sounded like he did this with the phone. Sisu! Like he like put it away and yelled it. And then I was like, "All right." And he was like, "It's a Swedish grindhouse film. Don't worry about it. Just come." And so I went and I really liked it.
I gotta watch it. That's on my list. It looks really good. Anything with Nazis.
Yeah.
It's
It was just so it was good. Clark,
Mhm.
what have you seen
that is my name.
lately?
What have I seen recently? Oh my gosh, I didn't even,
Just something that made an impression. You're like, that was a good movie. Which is kind of rare now.
I don't know. It's not. Actually, I'm weird. Being a history guy, it's not as much as the. I've been watching a lot of documentaries recently, but I've dug around and found some more weird stuff that I have around my house.
Like
So
Like,
documentary wise?
yeah, no, well, not documentaries, but actual like artifacts. Like I have found a
Oh,
German, like I have a
nice.
German knife right over here. That I just found.
That's cool.
I'm gonna give it to
I
my
thought you were
friend
just.
for his birthday. Um,
If
Oh,
if if someone wanted to get a piece of authentic Nazi memorabilia,
yeah.
where would you go?
Um, there is a website called sarco.com.
Oh
And
yeah.
it is uh it they've got a lot of like various military memorabilia, and I'm talking like you can get all the way up to like a MiG-21 cockpit if you want. Like it's $3,000 if you want to buy one. I kind of wanted to buy one and just make a flight, like put Microsoft Flight Simulator into it
Oh, that
and
would be
actually
so
use it.
dope.
Yeah, I actually kind of want to do that. But there's a lot of stuff like Nazi stationery. Like if you want on your desk, I don't know why you would want that, but it's like Uber officer, like uh basically a
I
lieutenant's.
just want something cool. I mean, they just had good designers and good
Yeah, stuff like
engineering.
that. But I mean, like I said, for the record, I do have a knife I just randomly found where
That's
it's
amazing.
it's like a Gewehr 98 bayonet. I forgot I had, and I found it, and I was just like, "Ah, I think I might give this to a friend of mine for his birthday. Um, but it's like 3 feet away from me. If anybody wants to see it, do we want it on camera? Or do we not want it on camera?
I vote on.
that's up to
Mm.
you. Yeah, I don't care.
As long as it's up to you guys. I mean, I don't think it's worth getting us canceled over because it's not a.
Uh,
There's no stamps. There's nothing that's going to be like offensive.
I want to be part of that uncancelable party. Like, you
Yeah,
know what
but
I mean?
if you want to see what an actual like Gewehr 98 bayonet looks like, I'll show it to you. So
Bring it on.
Yeah. Clark, if you come back, I don't know if he can hear me right now. I'll tell him when he gets back. If I open the computer one day, Clark, and you have and you're running up your end of the podcast in a cockpit, that would be the
yeah,
most badass thing ever.
if I buy a MiG 21, it's $3,000. I mean, if I buy a MiG 21 cockpit and oh man, if I reset this whole room just to be in a MiG 21 cockpit and do the whole oh man, that would be so good. You're tempting
It
me now.
would. You could like swivel
Tempting me now.
around and be like, hey, what's going on? That'd be so
Yeah,
dope.
you're really tempting me now. There's a Gewehr 98 bayonet, by the way. So
Mm, nice.
yeah, it's eh,
Wow.
it's caked right now. It's still in Cosplay, and I haven't even boiled it. I found it. I've had it like, gosh, I've had it for over 10 years, and I forgot I had it. And I was talking to my survivalist friend that we're gonna have on the podcast. Um, and I was talking to him about like knives and stuff. I was like, I have like a ridiculous amount of knives. I don't know why I do, but like I have an obscene amount of knives. And he's like, oh yeah. And I showed him this. I was just like, do you want this? I'll give it to you.
You want-
So,
there is a there's a subscription box. So I love, what is it? Oh, I can't remember the specific brand. It doesn't matter. But there's a website called Shit Hits the Fan, and they have a knife, like a $10 a knife subscription box. Not like they're not the world's greatest knives by any means, but some of the knives that they send you are hilarious. Like they send you some like Rambo looking shit, some like ones that you can like open the bottom and then you can put stuff in and like collapse. I love it just because I go through knives like crazy, and it's just not necessarily like I'll break them, but I'll like I misplace a lot of my shit. So just to like every month have like a new knife end up in the mail, it's like, this is kind of nice, kind of cool. So they're kind of cheap, but if you don't mind blowing $10 on a cheap knife or whatever, they're pretty cool. So, what are you guys' thoughts on subscription boxes? Have you guys ever done one?
I've been
No.
very tempted to do Loot Crate because I'm a nerd.
Don't.
Okay. Well, obviously I
do,
haven't.
do not do Loot Crate
I haven't.
because it to me not worth the money. I got it. They have if you go to their website, they have the name to back them up. Like everyone that works in the company, like prior service, like plenty of like they know what good stuff is, and it is, but it is not worth the money that you spend on these crates. Because I think I got like a mid-tier one, and I got like a life straw and like a flashlight and something else, and I'm like, I paid $100 for this shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
cancel.
I've heard it's all
So
the excess stuff from like cons and
yeah,
like things they can't sell and things like that, and they just like kind of trail off and just shove it in a box and send it to you.
Wait, is
yes.
it always that theme of stuff? What I don't understand. I thought Loot Crate was more like a, I don't know,
Well,
nostalgia thing.
they try. That's what they do. They try to tempt you by saying like this week or this month is going to be Ghostbusters or this month is going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or so they try to make you want to sign up.
Interesting.
We might be thinking
Oh,
of
I got you.
two different loot crates then.
Oh,
I don't know.
You sound like you have a survivalist Loot Crate or something. Like
Me?
when you said life straw, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because I always thought it was like Ninja Turtle
yeah, Loot Crate.
retro
Yeah,
game.
Loot Crate's
Okay.
like owned by GameStop. I think. I think that's who actually owns it. So or
Oh.
GameStop's giving you
Yeah.
life straws.
We were thinking of two different loot crates then. There's because I've done like I think it's like three different monthly subscription boxes. One was shit hits the fan, one was a loot crate one, but it's not the same one we're talking about. And then the other one is Battle Box. If you like camping, I would do the Battle Box one because a lot of their stuff is practical and really nice. So that's one that I was doing for a really long time, and I got a lot of good camping gear. Like they don't skimp on their stuff, and then they have a YouTube channel too. This is not like a shout out to them or like whatever, but out of all the ones that I've done, I've liked Battle Box the most. A lot
yeah,
of good stuff.
we were definitely talking about two different things.
Yes, we were. Yes, we were. And I apologize. I'm like, that's a piece of shit.
Oh, but you gotta be on. You gotta be on when my survivalist friend comes on. By the way, just by the way you're
Ooh, yeah.
talking there. So
Yeah.
this dude,
The go ahead.
I'm just saying he like when he's not a cop, like his nights. He works night shift because he chooses to, and he also
Mhm.
chooses to do it in the most dangerous zone in our city because he wants to do it. And then when he's off, he walks like 11, 12 miles down a pretty dangerous canal alongside the river, and he does it with night vision goggles and everything. Like, it's just
Wow,
ridiculous. Yeah.
impressive.
Interesting.
I'm gonna send you.
Um,
I'll have to send you a link to his actual like Instagram so you can see the pictures he puts up.
yes,
Because
yes,
he's that
please.
guy. He's that guy that will literally like pull an alligator up and take a selfie with it and be like I found a friend.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't have any disappointing Loot Crate stories, unfortunately.
No.
No. I can do a live on-air box opening from an Amazon package I just got on my porch.
You want to?
You want
Yeah,
to do it now?
why
Yeah.
not?
All right. Let's get
I
the
no,
Yeah, I don't even want to know what it is. Like what it might be, but
we're gonna do the full review. It's gonna be the name, the brand, how it weighs, everything, the specs. What do you think? All right, since he's not here, what do you think it is?
209 primers.
um, ooh,
Oh no,
I'm
no, that's too light. That's too light. The way he walked in with it, it's too light.
I,
Way too
I'm
light.
guessing some sort
any
of
guesses?
Yeah, the way
some.
you're shaking around, it's light.
Here, I'll do some physics for you.
Yeah, that's too light. I don't know.
Something to do with film. Something to do with film or photography.
It's dropping pretty.
Do
I don't
you
want
know
to drop
what
it too far.
Do you know what
I
it
have a
is?
feeling. I have a
If it
feeling.
is a box of Winchester 209 primers, I'm going to be. It's going to blow my mind. But
Do I open?
Yes.
go
Yeah.
for it. I have no clue what it's going to be. Yeah, I feel like it's got to be towards this photography, but it's just.
Oh, a bunch. Okay. There's multiple things.
bunch.
I'll give you a hint. There's multiple things.
Mm.
That doesn't help.
Wait. Hey. I got a question. Where did it come from? That's all I
Where?
want. That's the
Amazon.
only clue I want is where did it come from?
I mean, I don't know. It
No, there's got to be an address where it was shipped from.
it has my
You
it
ordered
says
it.
ATL2. Okay, so it went from Atlanta to BNA. BNA is my airport. So
Yes.
ATL to Atlanta. So it was their distribution center.
My guess is still film or photography.
Yeah, because it can't be a
Okay. Oh, I love
Oh, I can. Oh, I see it.
these. All right, keratin,
Ooh.
supplement.
biotin,
Yeah, supplements.
valerian.
Oh
Man, that makes you
get
sleep
some
so
sleep.
good.
Get you some
Yeah,
sleep.
and a vial of silicone or silica. I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not drinking silicone. And then one more thing.
What is
Ooh,
it?
I should do it. I should do the.
Oh,
my
don't the
ASMR.
ASMR.
Yeah. Oh, no, I need the valerian before you start doing this.
Oh, it actually smells really nice. Huh.
It's a case of some sort.
Earbuds?
Ooh, the zipper seems very nice.
Yeah, it's here. No.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's a remote control of some sort.
Huh.
It's a game system. Is it a retro gaming system?
I don't know. I gotta open this thing up. Ah. Yes, it is.
Oh.
This is the RG35XX. It's the I can't even pronounce the name. This particular one has had really good ratings, and I find myself like sitting in bed, like trying to wind down, and I'm like, why can't I just play like some old Pokemon games on my Switch? I can't. They don't have them. Why?
What?
Yeah, they don't have them. Like they have the Game Boy emulator stuff, and then on the market, it's all the new stuff. I want the stuff I remember in middle school. I just want to like go around it. What is that song that was making kids like get nauseous and sick? And what was that island?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
There's
so
urban legend. There was a song that made everyone like it made impending doom feeling.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to play that again. So yeah, this is I'm impressed with its build quality. Actually, it's like really solid. I've had one before and I was very disappointed. But yeah, it nice little screen.
It's good.
And my Game Boy Pocket was clear like this, so it's like just great.
That's cool.
Yeah, so there you go. That's up in weird box opening. We should just anytime anybody gets shipments, just do this.
Oh yes, absolutely has to happen now.
Okay. All right, anything I get in the mail, I'll hold off till the.
If we hold ourselves to that, and it's got to be like a promise, and it's gonna be like really awkward when someone's like, "This is a 10-inch dildo."
Dude, this is why we have to have a soundboard at some time. Because like imagine we have box opening section. All right, we have the random news and events, and then we have like a newscaster intro. We do the news, current events, and then we go into random talk. We update each other on our movies, what's going on in the world, this and that, and then some other sound effect for box opening time, and then we go into something else. Ooh, we could have like whenever we do drafts, we do like crazy like NFL music. I know it's not what I thought it was originally, but you know what I mean.
What's the first thing you wrote down? Opiates.
Opiates. Want all the opiates, which is not a wrong answer. I am not like honestly, my friend Joey, when he comes on the survivalist guy, he'll probably back you on that. He'll be like opiates. First thing, opiates. And you know why he'll say that is because if he has all the opiates, he'll kill everybody else for the stuff he wants.
This is gonna be a good interview. We get your friend in. We get who else is slated? We still haven't figured out Patricia.
Patricia.
Hey, I got a really random thing here. Well, it's just the three of us.
Before
what?
you start that, Clark.
Greg is on here. Sorry.
No,
I can't.
Patricia. Is Patricia the older lady who
Yeah.
just doesn't know how to work a computer?
Yeah. We're gonna figure something out. There is so much stuff that goes on in the week. I get to the end of the week and it's like, oh, there's all these things, and I just keep forgetting about her. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Okay. All right, Clark.
I was gonna ask you guys a question, but I don't really want Craig in on it. So.
Oh,
All
well,
right.
we can do it afterwards.
Yeah.
So we'll hang on to it, but it's a legit question.
Okay.
Our audience member they're just gonna be like, what the fuck was the
Yeah.
question?
Leave him in suspense. Leave him in suspense.
Ooh.
We might
Alright.
tell you if you leave a comment.
If you leave a comment, we will tell you. Incentive. All right. Well, I mean, we have our hours worth of recording. Do you guys want to keep on keeping on, or
I mean, I can keep going. I don't
I
care.
can talk about. I've had a big kick here recently about naval myths and like spooky things about the Navy. So obviously, military history dude here. So yeah, I've been on a big kick about like haunted ships and things like that. Have you seen the decommissioned ship with the axe guy? Like the oh man, see, we're not prepared for it, so I don't have it like on tap, but I can find the picture.
Yeah.
There's a decommissioned ship that was in California. I think it was in Long Beach, and the person was sent in to audit it, and they had to go and take pictures and everything. And they took a picture, and everything looked normal. And then somebody came back and was like, "What's up with this picture? Who's this dude on the ship?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And they like lighten the negative of the picture, and you can see a dude with a hatchet, like sitting there stalking, like waiting on the guy that's taking the pictures, like almost like he's waiting on the dude come down the hallway.
Wow.
Yeah.
what the
So, gosh,
Jeez.
I need to put that in the stuff across the internet or content engineering. So
You know what my problem would be with that is how like if I had absolutely no idea someone was stalking me and then I developed film later on and saw that I would just assume that he's always following me, and I would really freak myself out, like just home, grocery store, he's always somewhere. That bothers me.
That's see, that's the weird thing about like the spirit world, and because like you think that you're alone, and then when you get pictures developed, things like that show up. But like I feel like there's always that you know how you just have like a feeling that someone's watching you? I feel like that would be if you started feeling like that all the time,
Oh, man.
then yeah, but
Well, that's something to worry about in our film talk last time, where I recommended you and your wife use that at the zoo film to get away from your phone. just know that you might catch spirits stalking you.
I actually just bought a film camera after our talk.
What kind?
Yes. Give me 2 seconds. Let me. I don't want to fuck this
That's
up.
so cool.
Let's see
Oh,
here.
we can talk some old cameras. I recently got my like the final point and shoot I'm ever gonna get.
Really?
Yeah, it's something I've wanted for a long time, and I finally was able to pull the trigger on it. It's a Konica Big Mini,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the glass on it is superb. The design on it is just amazing. It's just a sexy camera, and it's tiny, and it's just so cool. Anyway, I got that, and I'm so thrilled. I've been like snapping stupid stuff just because I'm like, so excited about it, but I gotta start planning what I'm shooting.
The one that I got, it's older.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm gonna read the description of it. It's the Canon Pelix, Pellix 35 millimeter camera with extra lenses in a hard case. I don't know what any of that means. It was found and untested and relisted because the previous buyer didn't follow through with it.
Nice. Good
Yeah.
condition.
It looks like it is. It definitely looks like someone either this was in someone's attic or like at a Goodwill for like an extended period of time. But I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of cleaning of it, do some test shots, see how it goes.
That looks like a really awesome camera. That looks exactly like the Pentax K1000, which is like in film school. Not that I went, just people that I know. Everybody that goes to film school, they always recommend you get that. And one
Really?
time I shot on it, and it's impressive. But this looks very similar to that. So this looks like a solid camera. You got all your dials.
I'm gonna toss it in the. I'm just gonna toss it in the members. Sorry,
Yep.
audience member. But
Oh,
it's if you follow the link, that's exactly the one that I got.
wow, that's a nice. It's a bidding ended it, and it kicked me out. But I see the tiny photo of it. Yeah, dude, you got some good lenses. That's pretty
There
sweet.
we go. Got it. Sorry, I sent that thing. by
That
the way,
wow. Oh, where did you put it?
and the stuff across
across.
the internet.
Oh, that's awful. No, no, no.
Are you
What?
serious?
That's a by the way, that is a enhanced like
Yeah.
lightened photo. Like the person who was taking the photos did not see that person there. And this was an auditor who was going on a Navy ship that was protected, guarded by the Navy. So there should not have been anyone on the ship.
There is that guy. That is an old man with a beard. If my eyes don't deceive me, and
Yeah,
that
and he
is
definitely has like an axe
freakish.
in his hand or some kind of
So the right one is colorized or something.
yeah. The yeah, it's like enhanced more, but the original that's not even as like the original is so dark you can barely make the guy out.
That is insane.
That is
That is-
weird.
That's on a U.S. Navy ship that was decommissioned and was guarded by Navy guards. And this dude that was taking the pictures was just an auditor. He was just going down and taking pictures.
That's yeah. Man, I don't know if that happened to me. I don't know if I don't know how I wouldn't sleep.
If you saw the original picture, it's so dark you would never have seen that guy. So
Well,
you wouldn't
how would I
you wouldn't
look for
even
that?
know to be scared.
So he was just they were just
how-
messing with the film and like in the negatives and just
Yeah, this is how they brightened it enough to like to actually make it out so you can see what it is. Because when he was just taking auditing pictures of they were decommissioning the boat so they could scrap it for I mean, it was like an old destroyer. So they were just trying to get rid of it. Like, I mean, they're really scrapping it for metal.
You as the audience member, you need to see this picture. Go, you just if you go to Podbean, there's a link to our Discord, and then you can go and see exactly what we're or what we're seeing. It is a creepy photo. That is,
You know what?
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that was
You
nothing.
know what this reminds me of? I'm looking through the photos, and there's like people have done various enhancements to because the one we got in the chat is cropped in hard, but there's ones that are like expanded way back. So I could see like you wouldn't even know. But this reminds me, I had a job early on in photo stuff. I got a freelance job on I went there was this place in Nashville. I had to go in. There was like security. They had to like I had to have an ID thing. I had to go through all these steps, and I was basically taking pictures of all of this heavy machinery, and it was like their proprietary way of how they hardened the steel or whatever for wings. They would literally put plane wings in these giant like autoclaves and process them however. But my job was to go and take various photos of all of this stuff, and it was just this giant warehouse, and there was just this guy with me, and I had to take a bunch of photos of just random stuff that I wouldn't of like that's a machine. It was like machines that look like part of the building, that kind of stuff, because they were auctioning that off. And it was actually kind of sad. There was one section of people that still had a job, and he was like, they're going to be laid off like in the next few months. And like, it was just like depressing because I was walking through this skeleton yards of American industry, and you could see where tables and all of this machinery used to be that was already sold and had been gone for a long time. But they were just these just dead warehouses rotting, and some of them were more active than others, some sections, but it was weird. But that reminds me of that. That would be like if I pulled up those photos sometime and like cranked up the exposure, and there was some weirdo in like in the depths of some hallway. Ugh.
That's that's what I find interesting as far as when we're talking like spirits and ghosts, how they can get attached to something even if they don't die in that specific spot.
Mhm.
Or you know what I'm saying? It's like they have that somehow, some way they are attached to that place. So for instance, like just a haunted house,
Yeah.
the person might have died in the hospital, but their spirit lives in that house. I don't know.
Like in The Shining, when he's like, sometimes when you burn a piece of toast, it leaves a bit of itself behind. It's already been burnt, but you walk in and you still smell it. The toast is gone. He didn't say all of that, but
I was gonna say I don't remember that part.
it's the gist.
Those are
Yeah.
weird. I wait on the day we do the episode where that's effing weird does that's effing Clark. I get to do all my Charleston ghost stories.
Dude, yeah. Well, we do need to set up a time for those like cuz those you have those ready to go whenever.
I mean, they're my memories.
Yeah, like
I don't
we
have to write it down. They're my
yeah,
memories.
like how did that go? Um we should do that really soon because like uh I know we have anyway, that this is business talk. I'll spare the audience.
No, I think they want to hear it.
Yeah,
They
sometimes
want to
Lay
I
it on
hear
the
are the
tape.
internal mechanism,
Some people,
the high
some,
planning we got going on here.
the
some people
internal
do.
machine.
Uh, well, I
I
think
shaved
we
way. Oh, sorry,
go for it. Let's hear your
I didn't.
shaving story.
No, I just shaved way too close, and it's bothering me. It's like one of those shaves where like you remove, like, I just can't stand it. The
Like a
feel. I feel
like
my,
razor
my
burn?
face feels greasy. It's like baby skin. I'm never using a Gillette Mach 5 again. I'm gonna
Oh,
stick. I want to. What? Do I not know something?
Single blade.
well, you gotta.
Single blade. Are you? I'm
Yes.
not gonna butcher my face. I did that. I was called into the principal's office once because I was the kid that would always grow his hair. Like they had all these standards. And they were like they wouldn't allow facial hair. Anyway, I grew. I would always press the boundaries of that because I was like the
Mhm.
only one that had to shave in high school. And one day, my principal he got in his drawer and he took out a one blade razor and took me to the bathroom and like observed me shave. He's like, either you go home or I'm gonna watch you shave. So I shaved and cut myself all up. And he was like disturbed by how much blood there was, and I had all these like
That's a,
tissue paper.
that's a
Terrible.
fucking horror movie right there.
What? My school?
Yeah, that's a script for a fucking horror movie scene.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah,
You're
that
gonna shave
happened.
right now.
We're gonna get out of here.
Well,
And
you
the
don't use like
shaver got out of here.
you don't use like a Bic, like a single
It
blade
had the orange handle and everything. I'm not joking. That's why I've never used a single blade since then. That
single
was like
blade.
2006 or something. Damn.
Oh no, you gotta use a single. Yeah, just
What
classic.
is all right? Tell me why. What's going on with this single thing? Like, do you have like a brand? Are you using a shaving lotion that just you avoid the cuts?
It's sorry. No, it's just because it has more blades. It's okay. So it's better for your skin and your pores and okay. Everyone's skin is different, right? I'm not gonna say like this is the end all be all. This is the best thing. Everyone needs to do this. But for me, like I cannot use like I'll break out easy. And
Mhm.
a single blade cuts the hair enough to where it looks good, but it also doesn't clog the pore where it not necessarily like the stubble is still out. It gets it clean looking, but by the end of the day, I have the 5 o'clock shadow going and everything.
Okay.
So it's I don't know. It's just it works for me. Um, I don't know. I feel like it's a really good. I feel like it's a more effective in a sense, and it's better for my skin. I don't know.
Clark, you strike me as a electric razor man.
Used to be. No, not any longer. The benefit of me being a third Native American is I only shave once a week.
Hmm.
Okay.
So I shaved yesterday, and I before that Sunday was my last time I shaved. So I don't get. Yeah, I mean, if I want to grow a like goatee and things like that, and I've had that in the past, um, I could do it. It's long and not to be stereotypical, but like Asian looking. Like, I get the
Hmm.
long like hairs. That's basically how my hair grows. So
Yeah.
I don't get like an actual thick beard. I'll never have that. So I just get long. So I shave once every 3 days just to keep it clean. Um, but the benefit of my job is I don't see anybody, so I
Yeah.
don't have to shave if I don't want to. So uh, this past week I shaved Sunday and I shaved yesterday. So
Hmm.
this is me clean shaven.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I wish I could just eliminate it from my that's yeah. I
Yeah,
wish I
I
could
don't
just
have a five
eliminate
o'clock
that.
shadow. Obviously, like it's been 24 hours since I've shaved, and I
Yeah.
don't have anything. So
I look good with just like a little 5 o'clock shadow, but like the whole stripped down thing is I can't stand the feeling. And then when it comes in, it's like sandpaper. Like
Mhm.
doing this like hurts. Awful. It's and I what I wish I could do, like I have an electric razor, but those blades like they last a while and then they just stop. They just like you got to get a new one. So
Yeah, you
well,
got to replace. But
I was gonna
go
say I
go
had
ahead.
the electric razor, and I still have it, but like when I first started shaving, I didn't understand how to shave. My dad never taught me how to shave. My dad's Native American, and yeah, I never had anyone like say, "Hey, you need to learn how to shave." So when I started getting hair, it was like I got an electric shaver, and it was just kind of like meh, meh, meh. It's just
Yeah.
like going over everything. I never had a beard or anything, so that was literally it. And then like when you had the beard trimmer thing, like I never had a use for that. It wasn't until I was like in my 20s, like late, like mid 20s, honestly, that it was like, oh, I got a goatee. Now I can like trim it up and stuff like that. So yeah, I never had like a use for the like electric trimmer. And I didn't actually like actual razor shave until I was in my late 20s. I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, I was 27, 28 years old before I actually shaved with an actual razor.
And that's what I mean. It's like everybody's skin is different, and everyone's like how hair grows on everyone's face. It's just different. It's just like normal hair on top of your head. Everyone's is different. So I don't know. Just for me, just straight razor gets the job done. Doesn't doesn't clog up my pores because I have sensitive skin, so I'll break out easy and everything. So straight razor I found is like the best thing for me.
Wait, straight razor
Yeah,
or single blade?
like a
Yeah, straight razor.
straight single blade razor. Do you
Wait,
want me
are
to
you
go get
talking
it?
about like a straight razor, like
Like Sweeney
Let me
Sweeney
go.
Todd?
like Sweeney
No,
Todd straight razor.
no.
Oh,
L-
okay. I was like, damn, you learned a skill I wouldn't actually, I'm terrified to even attempt that. Those things are sharp. My grandfather, I have a case and it's like my grandfather's old straight razor, and it's like, no way I'm gonna touch that thing. I'm gonna like slice an artery.
I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
what he's
There's like an
talking about though.
angle.
Is the
The
Sweeney
what?
Todd like straight razor?
Well, he was shaking his head no. Then now I'm confused. I don't know.
Yeah, he definitely is. It's definitely what we're talking about. Oh
Oh,
no, it's
oh,
not.
a double side. Oh, the one that you take out the
Yeah, yeah,
top.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
it's just a single.
Yeah. It's an
Sing,
actual razor blade.
oh, whoa.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I thought you were talking
Yeah,
about those like
yeah. We're like
99-cent
talking about
Bic
swinging
ones.
out. No, I was talking about
No.
swinging out like Sweeney Todd razor.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
No.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No. Like this is just single blade cuts. Like it's just like how it's designed to like taking the blade out and everything. So like you can put like your skin. It's really nice because you can just like it has like
Huh.
that like it presses perfectly against it so you're not like cutting into your skin.
Yeah.
Like it stops the blade at a certain point and cuts the hair
Oh.
at just the right length and everything. So yeah, like those Bic one blade.
Yeah.
No,
That's
that's
what I was
never.
forced to shave my face with in a bathroom by a principal.
Oh no.
Last time I heard his life isn't going so well, so jokes on him. I have a
He
lot
just
of like I've got a lot of anger towards like my high school. I don't know why. It wasn't that bad, but like they can all suck it. I don't know. I don't care. Like the especially Justin Murphy, complete bitch.
is that the guy with the heart surgery?
No, that's Jerry.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a flashback Friday where
Oh,
we talk about our high school, good
that's
old high
F
school days.
vengeance.
That's up in vengeance.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, high school fights. I
I
got
I
actually think I legitimately think I went the farthest in my baseball career of everyone on my baseball team, and they all thought I was gay. Oh, no.
the
what?
farthest. What does that mean with baseball?
They
Farthest in your
thought
baseball.
so. Like, it was I was in theater, so I was a
Yeah.
drama kid,
Oh yeah.
um, and and I loved theater and I loved music, obviously, because I was in a band and stuff like that. I loved theater and stuff like that. But yeah, this was early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, doing sports, and I was really good at baseball. And I was the number 2 starting pitcher on our team, and I mean, I was the DH for all the other pitchers because none of them could hit for shit. And And yeah, it was kind of funny. They made certain plays based on me because my last name is Barry, and so they said Fairy Barry. Fairy Barry was
Nah.
Oh
a
no.
special team name, and I had like people come to me after high school, and they're like, "We all thought you were gay." I was like, "I don't care. I don't really care if it doesn't bother me. It didn't
Yeah.
bother me. I
But
mean, like
why? But
I liked
why?
being theatrical. I liked being in a band. I liked doing music. Like all this is it doesn't bother me. But it was really
No.
weird that like
Yeah.
it was really weird like with the hyper masculine like uh you know like sports thing and everything. And I actually got a D1 scholarship to play baseball and like I was like, whatever. I don't really
Wow.
care, but it was shocking. I didn't know. I didn't know actually. I was that oblivious to it, honestly. Like
Well,
people told my
that's
parents, they're
better
like,
than
yeah,
like
when I got married, they were like, he got married to a girl. They're like, yeah, and I'm like,
that's hilarious.
whatever. Like, I don't give a shit. I threw 93 miles an hour. Fuck you.
See, there we go. There's some of that anger. I love it. Yeah. Alex, do you have any crazy high school stories other than like acts? Like, cause I could talk about like the axe problem in my high school.
um, I do remember. I do remember this like a this was like a tradition to do while we were because a very small school, so everyone did all the sports, everyone did all the activities. I graduated I think with 50 people in my
Uh-huh.
was my graduating class, but nevertheless, I kind of like Clark, I did acting and everything like that, like the plays, the school plays, and every time it came up, right, we always tried to steal the 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 director's keys because she was the English teacher, and we always tried to steal her keys because she had a master key because it would be after school, right? And there was a room next to the janitor's room that went underneath the school, and everyone was like, oh, it's a secret like compartment, and there's all this stuff, and it's like a fallout shelter, and like all the freshmen are like, oh, we got to steal the keys, we got it, because all the seniors had done it when they were like a freshman, junior, and then they would talk about it, so it was like kind of tradition, like you had to try to steal the keys. uh we ended up, I think, getting them one time, and we got so close to like getting like to the janitor's room, but she was coming down the hall, and she's like, where are my keys or whatever, so like we unlocked the janitor's room to get to that room, but we never got to like fully go into like the secret basement area. Come to find out, the basement is like filled with asbestos.
Mhm.
And so it's just like you probably shouldn't go down there, but like health code wise, according to Wisconsin, it's okay to still have asbestos in there. I
Yeah.
don't know, but
We would get
um,
those flyers too. This facility has asbestos, but it's kept in check.
yeah, it's like don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Let's see
That's
here.
so Wisconsin, by the way. It's like it's got asbestos. I don't know. It's probably not.
Oh, sure.
I'll tell you a game we had with the asbestos at my high school.
Best
A
not
Um,
go there.
game.
huh?
Best not go in there.
So the high school gymnasium, it was like a regular gym, but the ceiling was the old school, like they would spray.
Yes.
Yeah, they would spray it all, and we would get balls
Uh,
and see how much of that shit we could like break off, and it
yep,
would sprinkle down.
it's the popcorn. It's the popcorn. Yep.
I re- I remember that during like kickball, like when we played
Yeah,
kickball in the
yep,
gym, and
yep,
kids would kick the ball and it would hit the ceiling,
Yep.
and just like
yeah.
snow would start to
Yep.
Did we
fall.
go to the same high school?
Popcorn.
Or is
Popcorn
all
was
of the United States asbestos problem in their high schools?
great.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh,
That is awesome. Other than that, I don't really have any stories that, well, okay, so there was There was another time. You know what? We should save these for Flashback Friday. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do an episode Flashback Friday.
Got all
Okay.
this we don't need to know about Clark's. People had homophobic feelings towards him. I legitimately, I want to say, I legitimately didn't know. I like was like, I just lived my life. I was like, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah. Man, I was
I
talking to
don't,
my
I don't want it. I don't want it on some kind of like putting it on there as like an agenda because it's not an agenda. Like I did not know. People were like, hey, and then afterward, I was like, oh, yeah, had no fucking clue.
Well, that's the thing about just kids in high school in general. It doesn't matter what it is. If they find like a little, it's like a pecking order in chickens. Have you ever seen a chicken that has like some abnormality and they're all friends, and then all of a sudden they start going after that one hen, like they all gang
Yeah.
up and like I've seen it and it's brutal. But high school is the exact same thing.
That was
It
the
doesn't
thing though.
matter.
That was the thing is I wasn't bullied because I mean I
Oh,
was
that's right. Yeah, you.
yeah
Well,
I was 6'2", 195, and I was the second pitcher on the
we
baseball
had
team. Just
drastically
everybody,
different experiences.
yeah, everybody had assumptions about me. I did not know
uh,
about them. I had
so
no
that
fucking
so
clue.
you had the what do you call it? Intimidation factor, so that nobody would
Not
like
even
mess with
that, I
you.
don't think, because I was very timid. I mean, if anything, but like I just didn't talk. I'm just autistic at best. Like I said, I'm on the spectrum, so
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm just very smart. Like, and it was like I just didn't talk to people. So they were like, when you think about like athletic teams and everybody's like very upbeat and they're all like, yeah, yeah, let's like support. I was just the guy that went out and did his job and sat down on the bench and didn't talk.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I was
Well,
the guy that just got looked at as like something's weird with that guy.
I got you.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's just kind of like how like high school is though. Just
Yeah.
kind of like
And
what you were saying.
they just don't get it. They don't
Yeah.
like you're not fully formed enough in your brain to understand how different of people you're going to encounter in your life.
I
Yeah.
think what was it? John Mulaney, a comedian, said it the best. I think when he was like 8-year-olds are like the meanest
Yeah.
people on the planet.
Hey, you walk funny.
Yeah, you got feminine hips.
You got feminine hips. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like that's like you don't think about anything you're doing. You're just going about your life. and then
Yeah,
and then you find out something and you're like, "Really? I didn't
yeah,
understand about it. I didn't think about that about
yeah.
myself."
Wow. Yeah, my high school was brutal. New kids that came in would be teased to death until they left. Like
Are you
girls, boys.
serious?
Yeah, yeah. It was brutal. Like I hate high school. I was talking. I don't know if it's like just where I am. But I was talking to my sister. She's much older than me, but were talking about like just high school, and we both agreed at the end of the conversation. Yeah, high school's the absolute worst.
But
Uh,
see, go ahead, go ahead.
no, no, that's it. Oh, we were just like, it's terrible.
Did you
Well,
go?
so
Did you go to high school in Tennessee?
Yeah.
All
Oh yeah.
okay, don't you think it's like I hate saying this, but like a necessary evil because
Yeah.
you are you who you are today because of that. Now, I'm not saying like kids should get bullied. I'm not saying that by any
Yeah. Yeah.
means.
Yeah.
But there needs to be that like that social interaction at like with school with like your peers and everything like that. And I do think kids to some degree need to have some thick skin because the
Yes.
world itself not everyone's gonna like you and like you're gonna get made fun of and like the world is a brutal place and I think high school or just school in general if you don't learn that and grow a little bit of thick skin it's you're gonna have a rough time and I hate saying it but I think that's like what's going on like with the generation now where it's like you can't say stuff or like you say something because I remember like when like internet bullying like that was something that like I remember like going to seminars in the school gymnasium. Like I was bullied on the internet, and like the solution was you should probably spend less time on the internet. Like that's what it was. But I feel like there's been a shift where it's like, well, now let's go after the person who's saying stuff. Which, okay, yes, they shouldn't be doing that, but I don't know. I think it's.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went to high school because it is who I am today. So
Yeah, well, I like me saying all that. I wouldn't rewind it and not. I want to be clear on that. Like I do, I 100% agree. It's the furnace. Well, at least my high school was the furnace that made me. But I would when I have kids one day, I'm not going to deprive them of that. I'm more worried about like psycho teachers than the kids.
oh yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I think that I had like a unique experience. I don't know, but maybe I didn't. I feel like a handful of people just absolutely hated high school. I don't know.
Like
Around here, cliques are a problem. Like there's this place near me called Hendersonville, and that place is a very strange place. There's a lot of strange places around here, but that's like a really kind of surreal place. It's it's like its own monetary ecosystem. Like they like the bit. It's weird how money works there. Uh it all kind of circulates within Hendersonville. It doesn't like leave a lot. The other thing is everyone knows each. It's like one of the places close to me that like it's a town. It's big, but it's also like a lot of people know each other there. And then there's like and so within those schools, especially from certain families, there's like vicious clique circles that develop from that. I don't know. I'm fascinated by like why, but yeah, I wouldn't change it, except maybe Justin Murphy.
I want to know. I gotta know more about this.
He was just an asshole. That's all. Whatever. Picking on
I
me
appreciate it.
ceaselessly.
You can say the name out loud, and then you're fucking doing it right. So
Yeah.
that's
What is
just
he gonna
me.
do? I know where he's at. I know where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you gonna do?
Is he listening to our podcast?
I don't know. Maybe. Good. What are you gonna do about it? I can say what I want. First Amendment.
Hey, fuck
Also,
Justin Murphy. I'll fight him.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck him.
Well, there was this cohort. Zach. No, it wasn't Zach. That was his younger brother. So there's this other group. There was Chris. That's it. Chris McLean, and then there was Zach McLean. They were two brothers. One was in a lower grade. One was in a higher grade. And he's he's taking lists. But I already took care of Chris. Chris was the worst bully of them all. I remember they all ganged up on me once in the high school gymnasium and just mercilessly beat me with kickballs and basketballs. I for the longest time I had like scars on my back from it. That's like
Are you serious?
yeah, no, I'm not joking. They're gone now, but like one day Chris was or no, it wasn't Chris. It was it was Chris. The older one was Chris. Chris was picking on me in the high school hallway, and I always dreaded it because it was like in between English, so I would like get done with lunch, put my stuff away, get my books, and then go to English. And you would always because that would be the time frames our classes would like intermingle in the hallways. So he was just constantly picking on me. And one day he grabbed me, but I had my locker lock in my hand, and I swung around and cracked him in the back of the head, and sent him to the hospital with it was like 4 or 5 stitches. But what
Oh,
was great was when I hit him in the back of the head, he he freaked out and then like flexed on me. He was like, you fucking hit me in the head. And then he like shoved me, and then I decked him, and I still have his brace scar like in my knuckles. Uh and then he staggers, and then his friends like help him. He's like and blood, and by the way, blood is like all blood gushing on the floor. There was like this trail of blood going down. So anyway, I knew I was in big trouble. And I went to I went straight into the principal's office. The same dude that made me shave. I was like, Mr. Tyndall, I hit Chris, and he was like, all right, tell me what happened. And then I was like, so I went through the whole thing, and and then I I was going through like the lock striking him in the head, and then to him shoving me and saying fuck you and all that, and then I punched him, and then he literally went like this. He stopped and like put his hands on his. He's like, Chris cursed. He cursed. This is a private Christian school, by the way, and he was like Chris said that out loud. Everyone heard it, and then that was like he got into high gear. He went out and like started doing his like principal. He started getting everyone's statements, and so I got kicked out for like 2 weeks. It was, what do they call it, suspended or whatever.
Yeah.
He didn't. So yeah, he didn't. And this is like a long history of bullying that I just finally snapped at. And he so anyway, he his parents went to the principal and were like talking about how I had to go to the police department and file like do like a statement to the police department. And yeah, it was like this whole thing. And my dad called me when because I had to get picked up, and he called me and was like, it's fine, I'm gonna take care of it, because he like knew like the backstory. He was kind of like, probably, now that I think about it, I gotta ask him, but he was probably waiting for me to make my move, which I admire. But so he was like, I'm gonna talk to them, just like you did nothing wrong. And so I just like chilled for like 2 weeks and then came back. But the thing was, they were like, you guys can never speak to each other again.
Well, that was
Oh.
on that guy, not you. I mean, you probably were fine with that.
I was fine. I mean, I still had to do like, they sent schoolwork to me. That was lame, but pretty much I could play my N64 and just chill.
I find that so hilarious that how like lined up we are. I went to private Christian school also, but
Yeah.
when I wasn't in the fight that I saw two epic fights that were
Yeah.
similar, and one of them was hilarious because it was on the baseball team, and it was two guys that like we couldn't really afford to lose, and they got into a fight against each other because of a girl and a best friend guy,
Mm-hmm.
and it was hilarious
Oh
because
man.
you know how in these small private Christian schools, what you said, how many people did you have in your graduating class?
50.
Did you?
Wait, did you say that?
What?
You said
Alex,
50, right?
oh, this is weird.
How many
We
did
had a
you have?
very similar.
Yeah, how many, Seth? How many did you have in your graduating class?
Our entire high school had 50 kids, but my graduating class had like 14.
Okay, my
Oh,
graduating
shit.
class had 30.
Yeah, yeah.
My graduating class had 30. My whole school was 522, and that was kindergarten through 12th grade.
Yep.
Wow.
My graduating class was 33, somewhere around there, 32, I think, 33, 32. That was my senior class. So yeah, that's really weird that we all have that in common. And so,
Small schools. Yeah.
yeah, so you saw all this stuff when it happened. And it wasn't like that big a deal when it was like a senior and a sophomore fighting, or a junior and a, whatever. So we had very similar to what you're talking about, like a guy that was like a bully for no reason came out. I walked out of a study hall one time and I saw a guy come out, and he had malice in his eyes. I could
Oh,
see
wow.
it. And I was like, oh, what's going on? And then the guy walks out of the study hall that was in there with me, behind me, walks up, and all I hear is, tell your girlfriend how big my dick is. And then he throws a fucking haymaker. There's a fucking haymaker. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then this dude we had that was he was a oh God, what do you call it? He was from Slovakia. He was a transfer student, whatever you call it. He was in
Foreign
America.
Yeah,
exchange.
foreign exchange.
Yeah, foreign exchange student. I couldn't. All right, he was there playing basketball for us, and he was like 6'5", and he was friends with this dude. He comes and wraps his hands around the dude that's beating the guy up, and goes, "Get off of my little buddy!"
Nice.
Like wraps his hands around him and just hurls him like throws him like video game style.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, look at, and our math teacher comes out, and all she hears is the whole dick comment. She's like, and this is a private Christian school, obviously.
Yeah.
So she's just like, oh, and she had heterochromia, so she had like a green eye and a blue eye, so it was really weird. So she was just like,
Oh, whoa.
so it was really awkward. And,
Whoa.
so yeah, it was just the weirdest thing. So yeah, fights in school, fights in high school, man.
Yeah.
I think it was we were freshmen. Fuck it, we're doing Flashback Friday right now. Anyways,
Oh, by the way, we went to baseball practice that day, and those two guys made up, like shook hands.
Oh,
Hugged.
whoa.
One of them was actually like he had to be on the mound like the next day to pitch, and the other one was the starting third baseman. So they made up, and it was actually really cool. They ran the shit out of him, but whatever,
yeah.
you know.
In I think it was when I was a freshman. Might have been freshman or 8th grade. These almost kind of like your story, Clark. These two guys were really good friends, right? But they got into an argument inside the locker room in the shower. And they started rolling with each other in the shower. Like there's just like the most disgusting situation plus the most disgusting location, like a middle school boys locker room shower, and they were rolling around just beating each other up. It was the funniest thing in the world.
A lot of slapping noises.
Yes, and it
Wow.
was, and like one of them got away and like ran out with his towel. The gym teacher was like, "What is going on?" But again, yeah, they like made up like the next day or whatever. But yeah, probably one of the funniest things I had ever seen. High school. uh, but I do think though, I think we should make a compilation or like a list of all of our high school days and
Yeah.
do a real flashback Friday.
Yeah.
Like we could talk about everything, like the classes, the food, the asbestos on the ceiling in the gym.
Alex, when you said that there was like that mysterious room that was locked and yeah, all had theories on what it was.
Yeah.
Clark, did you have like was there like something like that in yours?
Like what now? Describe it again.
So he had like when you guys stole the keys, Alex.
Yep.
There was like a locked room that all the students would like theorize what was behind it.
No. Oh, okay. So kind of, but not really. Because I was a drama kid, the drama, what was behind the stage, I think was like the big thing that nobody knew what was behind unless you were in the drama club, like unless you were doing plays and stuff, because nobody knew what was behind the stage. So our gym, like where our basketball like gymnasium was and everything. So we had all of the bleachers, and it was a big gymnasium. So don't get me wrong, it wasn't like we were half-assing it. It was like all these fold-out big wooden, um, uh, like bleachers that would come out, and you had the basketball like court, and then you had like the locker rooms and stuff like that were right there. But the stage was there, so you could actually do if we wanted a rock band to play during a basketball game, we could do it. Like it didn't interrupt. It didn't interrupt like what was going on. Like the basketball, like our gym was huge, so the stage was there, but if you were doing plays and one acts and stuff like that, you could have floor seating where the basketball court was all the way up to the stage.
Okay.
Now where the stage was, you had like the two gym staging rooms, like where you could go in and change. But then there was like a door that went to like nowhere. And then if you went around like the back of the gym there, like if you went through these double doors, there was these other bathrooms, and then there was this like mysterious door. And the mysterious door, nobody knew what was behind it unless you were in the drama kids. That was the secret door to get behind the stage. So we knew like only certain people had the key to get there. So if you got behind there, then you actually had access to everything, like all the like the gym rooms and everything, all the changing rooms, uh uh all that stuff, and then you got the rafters and everything behind the stage. So that was like our big secret room, I guess. Other than that, my high school didn't have like a whole bunch of secrets. So
Yeah. Only secret room we had something similar to yours, Alex, but it was in the hallway where all the lockers were, and it was uh it was locked behind, and I'm pretty sure it was their security system. They had like cameras, which never worked. I don't think they worked at all, because any altercation or anything that happened, there would all of a sudden there would be no like, oh, let's go see what happened. There would be none of that. So I think they were just there to keep everyone in line.
Yeah.
um but there it was just like this block, like that classic high school block, cinder block construction, and there was just this locked room, but we all had like theories on what was back there. Oh, it goes down to this or that, and that reminded me of that. Yeah. Or did you guys ever have any kids expelled for drugs?
I'm sure we did in my graduating class. No,
Oh,
but I'm sure in the grades above me and maybe some below me. Yeah, I could see that.
okay.
in my high school, we never had someone expelled for drugs. We had people that I think were pushed out like by
Yeah.
pressure. Like they were kind of like, you need to go, or we're gonna
Yeah.
make it a big deal.
Yeah.
But
There was a Oh, sorry.
no, that's basically how it is. And one of those is, um, gosh, I'm gonna say, is an important person in our legal area here.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna go any farther into that. But I find it funny that yeah, that's how they would do. And then there were certain people that were like completely washed out. They were wrongly because of my school was a very it was a college prep, school, and a lot of the families were really well off and things like
Mhm.
that. So they got it was sad when if two people were caught doing something nefarious, one of them would be let off and the other one would have to kind of take the blame. If they were the poorer family, they got kind of hit with
Yeah.
the thing. There
Yep.
it was one person in particular I know about, and she was about 2 years younger, and she was a sophomore when I was a senior. So I didn't really get to see all of it, but after I graduated, I heard that her and her best friend kind of got nailed at a party for some nefarious things, and she got like really railed and like it ruined her. She got expelled and all this kind of stuff, and the other girl basically got off with nothing. And I thought that was really unfair. So,
No.
Yeah.
but yeah,
Similar experience. There was weed was found, and okay, so they were caught smoking weed or something. It was this girl and this guy. The guy was a staff kid, so his parents like worked at the school. He had like a week suspension or something, and she got expelled. And it was really ugly the way it was handled. And the same kind of thing, like it was an outsider family, and that they just pushed her out. But she did not turn like what's sad is that one stupid thing that they made such a big deal out of. Like I met her like a few years after like graduation, and she was not doing too good, like in a rough spot and everything. But I can't help but think that that kind of that stigma and that precipitated from that point, and it's just like such bullshit. I mean, it's so ass backwards to have your priorities. The priorities are on the optics, like what they say, curse words, weed, whatever. Kids are stupid and they do stupid things, but to like not worry about the kid, how they're doing, and rather like how your school looks is completely how that kind of stuff runs. there was another kid that was expelled because he was caught smoking a regular cigarette off campus, like not even on a school day. Like he was just somewhere else and a teacher saw him smoke a cigarette and they expelled him. Like crazy,
That's
just crazy.
that's insane.
Yep.
No, he's nothing he just said does not resonate with me. That's exactly what it was. And it's so trivial, like what one person got ostracized for, and then the other person that has higher connections got kind of let off, and it ruined that person. So
Yeah.
I mean, I went to a pretty small high school, like in Wisconsin, kind of backwoods, and I remember some kid showed up to school drunk on his lawnmower. Like he was one of the shop kids, and he drove his lawnmower into shop class, right? And just like opened up the garage and just like kept it running, and like the shop teacher's like, what in the hell is going on? And just like shop teacher who's been there since like the day the school was built. And yeah, that kid, I think he got like a 2 or 3 day suspension, but then he was back in school. Like, yeah, no big deal. Like it's like, what do you expect? Like, I'm not saying like, oh, this is gonna I'm not saying that like all it was backwoods, right? It was
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like that was like they knew like, okay, like we've seen worse. So it was like, all right, just like, all right, you've done something bad. Don't come to
Yeah.
school drunk on a lawnmower again, type thing. So
dude,
yeah.
the hypocrisy in the deep South is very scary. I
Hmm.
don't know
Yeah.
if Seth, I don't know if you agree with me on this. The hypocrisy is
Just in
astounding
general? Well, yeah,
because
but I mean that whole go to yeah, go ahead.
so in my high school we had a teacher who cheated on he was a social studies history teacher and he cheated on his wife. All right, and it was a big scandal. And had he not been a long-term teacher, he probably would have got fired. It'd have been
Yeah.
a thing. Um, he I lived this, so it was hilarious. My sister was present when it happened too, so I have a witness. Um, it was hilarious. He was going over the seven or the Ten Commandments. Sorry, not seven deadly sins, but the Ten Commandments, and he literally missed the seventh commandment: "Thou shalt not commit adultery."
Yeah.
Like he went through all. He just was rattling them off. He's like Ten Commandments. Da, 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 da. He goes, "I missed one," and one person actually said, "You forgot about adultery." And this is after he just got reinstated after cheating on his wife.
Ooh.
Oh,
And
burn.
everyone was like, "Mm,
Dude, yeah, I have a very similar story. So, all right, like did you have chapel days?
yes, every Thursday."
Yeah. Yeah, all right. So I had like this weird relationship with my school. So the I had like a group of friends and then another group of friends that I could kind of seamlessly weave in and out of depending on like I don't know. It was weird. I could just kind of glide between them. Then everyone else in the school hated me. And then the but what was funny was like the faculty liked me. I was I knew how to present myself and just be, like they all thought of me as just like probably a good kid. Outside of like, I would push stupid boundaries once in a while, and it wasn't a big deal. The biggest trouble I got in was the whole cracking the kid's head thing. But I was doing other things under the scenes that they never found out about. One of the things was we had a senior trip um, uh, fundraiser where they got a junk car from the junkyard, and you paid like I don't know what it was. It was like $2 for like 5 swings with a sledgehammer on this car. So everybody, it was a really bad idea because there was like people would start bleeding because like all that tempered glass would shatter. But so we would just start beating up on this car and pay the seniors because they were raising money for their senior trip or whatever. So this car, nobody really checked on the interior, and I found it was the first. I found It was a Smirnoff Ice. I found it under the seat. And so like I like did this whole, I had a book bag. I kind of like went in, like I was like looking at something, and I just sleight of hand, I got it in there. And first off, alcohol is this thing that is just like the worst possible thing you could ever do. And it was so the it was our first attempt at getting alcohol failed. We had a guy that previously graduated that we knew, that knew like older people that, and so we went into his car and would like hand off money, and then he would be like, and then he would explain, so what's going to happen is you're going to feel kind of silly. He was like explaining drunk to us. So and he was like, he was, you know, the movie Dazed and Confused, when what's his name
Yes.
comes back and he needs to leave because he's not in high school. But there was like one guy that would drive around in a Honda Civic and be like that guy. He's like, yeah, he was like super cool, and everyone thought he was cool.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, yep. So we had a guy kind of like that. That fell through, and he sent our money back. We did this whole meeting in his car, exchanging money, and he was going to go get his friend to do it. So that fell through apparently because he was probably bluffing. So, but he honestly gave us our money back. But the way he did it was we all were like terrified, like we were going to get caught. And so we had a code word. It was Captain Crunch. That was for alcohol. And we get a thing, a message saying, yeah, well, Seth, and I won't say the other guy's name, Seth and such and so come down to the principal's office. And we thought we were done. We get there, and it was just the lady at the office. She was like, yeah, what's his name just dropped these envelopes by for you guys. And so we were like, okay. And we get it, and it was just our money back. And he was like, sorry, I couldn't get it. That was it. So when I found that Smirnoff Ice, it was like whoa. So like there was a Mexican restaurant across the street. So after school, we went over to the Mexican restaurant, and they were like, "What are you gonna do?" And I'm gonna drink it. And so I go into the bathroom and chug it. I just completely chug it, and I come back, and they were like, "You feel anything?" And I was like, "Think so." It was just like it was a buzz. I was what I thought was drunk. It was I just had a buzz, and and like, you know how the room is a little more vivid and you feel just good. So yeah, it was just like, whoa, that was all cool. Um but so we had this thing in chapel. I'm getting to the whole like adultery. We had this thing in chapel where
So back to chapel.
yeah, so we were in chapel, and they would make you like every come down the aisle and like make like either kneel or like, you know, I'm gonna, you know, this or that. It was like not what I would consider salvation, but whatever. Um, the so this the teacher. Oh, this was it. It was like we were gonna save ourselves till marriage, and they would do this thing where like you go up and you shake hands, and then there was another time they did the thing. I think it was like salvation wise or making a promise about. It was all these promises, and you go up and shake Dr. Armstrong's hand for some reason, and uh, one day I was just like had enough of it because it was just like this me. I knew it meant nothing, like because I saw how everybody acted, so it was like this is meaningless. So I refused to stand up, and like everybody went. I was like, I was just sitting in the aisle, which was like a no. But so I won't say the name of the actual guy. The Dr. Armstrong's not the guy. So anybody that's listening, I didn't name drop. But so there the principal, um, all this stuff, all this goody two shoes, come up, make promises about this and that, and then uh oh yeah, drag me into a bath, shave, because you know that's just a crazy that you would like grow out facial hair. um the he later got canned for like having a sustained affair. He had a wife and kids. It wasn't just like a wife that he was having problems with. He had like a wife, children, all this stuff, and he was having like this long term affair with someone. And the place is so small that like everyone knows who it is and who all the, you know, people are. And it was just bizarre. It was just like phony. And so when you say the hypocrisy runs deep, and the optics have to be like put on your Sunday hats, It's very much like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens a lot, like in with like a lot with like politicians. You'll see it with
Yeah.
like, oh, like this, you know, it doesn't matter what it is, but they say, oh, this is bad, you shouldn't do this, X, Y, and Z, and then it comes out, it's like they were doing exactly what they said that they were
Yep.
against. Like, what is going on?
Yep.
Have
So,
either
yeah.
of you seen the horror movie 10,000 Maniacs? Or is
No.
it?
Mm-mm.
It's an Eli Roth produced movie, I believe. He didn't
Ooh,
direct
you know
it.
it's gonna be good then.
Yeah, he didn't actually direct it, but I think he wrote it or produced it. It's a remake. It has Robert Englund in it. Obviously, Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger.
Mhm.
Um, but it's about a small town in Georgia that was like overrun by Sherman when he did his march to the south, and it's like it's basically it's a town that's been completely obliterated, and it's become a ghost town. And these people who are going to spring break in Florida get stuck in that town, and it's a haunted like town now, and it's all the ghosts of the people there like are
That
torturing
is going
them.
on my list.
All right, yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Wait,
it's not
10,000
a
what?
it's not a great movie, but at the same time, I feel like it's actually it's actually how sometimes you come across places in the South, like having lived
Hmm.
here. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like that's actually kind of how it is. Like,
Have you
so
guys
Yep.
seen the uh the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre on
not the
Netflix?
not the
What?
newest one. I've been so torn to watch. I want to watch it because the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is my favorite horror movie ever. Like,
Yep.
it's not even a question. It's my number one favorite horror movie ever.
Yep.
Um, so anytime there's any Texas Chainsaw adjacent media, I'm very
Yep.
hesitant. Um, it came up again the other day, and my wife was out for like a couple of days, and I was like, I'm bored. I need something to watch, and I almost watched it, and I didn't. So,
Wow.
If you are a fan of the old one, do not watch the new one.
okay, thank you.
Oh,
It
damn.
you're welcome. I mean, I the ending was was good for me. I liked how they made the ending. But up into that point, it just the whole movie makes you frustrated. There are some good points in it. Um, but it's so unrealistic. It just it hurts to watch because they're almost doing like what they do with like almost like with the whole Michael Myers thing. Like, is he a man? Is he more than a man? Like, what is he? And it's like he's like this supernatural entity that walks that can like
Yeah,
you know whatever. They're almost doing the exact same thing with Leatherface.
I
And
don't.
if that doesn't sit
No,
well with you, I would not.
no,
It'll make you upset.
I don't want it. The
Wait, this
70,
came
the
out last year.
74,
Hmm.
74 Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the only one in my mind. That's the only one that
Yeah,
exists. So.
yeah.
It, this came out last year, Alex?
Last year or the year before, 21 or 22.
Oh,
Yeah, it
okay.
came
Yeah,
out
I've
last
seen
year
it.
on
I thought
Netflix.
you meant this year. I was like, there's a new one?
Yeah, it came out last
Oh,
year on Netflix. I remember. I know what he's talking about. So
Do they is there a party bus in this movie?
yep.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it
which
was
is
not
funny
good.
because Jeepers Creepers was it two? Did the school bus thing? So it's already been
Yes.
done. It's like already been done. Don't even like why? Why?
Well, so like with the Jeepers Creepers 2, they based kind of the whole movie off that bus. Like that's like where the pinnacle, like that's where the stage is set. In this one, it's not so much the party bus as the town. So like there's a sliver of that, but it
That
doesn't.
scene, yeah, that just popped in my mind. I was trying to identify it without spoilers.
I
Um,
do I do feel like though that is 100% accurate as to what would happen if like a serial killer would have happened on there, just like phones out, like yep, yep, and then Yeah.
It was one of
So
those. It was a very that
So, what?
well.
While we're recording, what? Okay, what horror movie would you guys think you would survive? Like, what's the horror movie you would put yourself in and you think you'd survive? And I'll do a caveat. What's the horror movie you absolutely would not want to be in? Like 100%, like fuck this. I do not want to be in it. So, think you, what would you survive, and what do you think you would absolutely 100% die in? I know
I
my
know I would
100%
survive.
die, but
Oh, sorry. No, say
no,
that.
go
Say
ahead.
that again.
No, I want y'all. I proposed the
Okay.
question. I want you guys to
What does
answer
question go
first.
sound like?
you,
Yo,
yep.
you got. Oh,
Okay.
we were. Yeah, go ahead. Yo, what would you what do you think you could survive, and
Yep.
what would you not?
Okay, and I think this is across the board. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, so mine would be one of two movies. I'm torn. Either It Follows or Nightmare on Elm Street. You cannot defeat something that's supernatural. Like
Wait, you're
if
saying
this
that you couldn't defeat, that
I
you
couldn't
wouldn't
def-
want to be, you wouldn't want
I
to be
I'm
in
gonna,
wouldn't
this situation.
I
I'm gonna
yeah, I
argue
wouldn't
with
want to
you on
be in
It
it.
Follows. I think I can fuck like a beast.
But
Yeah, just
okay,
transfer it.
but true. But if that person doesn't, if that chain stops or it doesn't like go anymore,
It'll
it's gonna come
still,
back,
it'll eventually
and
come back to you. Yeah.
and that messes with you psychologically.
Nah. If you're 90,
Yes.
if you're 90 and it finally
Wait. If it
catches
comes
up to you,
back, can you still retransfer?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's all
There
you
you
got
go.
to do. But who's gonna want to bang a 90-year-old man? You know what I mean?
Prostitute. Get a prostitute at that point.
But
Yeah,
that's
just
what
get
they.
a hooker.
But that's what they did in the movie at the very end. But at the very end, it was like it was still following.
but I will respect you 100% for that call out, because that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite horror movies ever.
It has an 80s feel to it, which I love. Like the
Mhm.
music, like the cinematography, it has that
The
look. It's
simplicity of the acting, like they're all
yep.
like they feel like authentic.
Yes. Yep. The writing was really good. One that I would love to be in that I think, and this is just me personally because I would love to go toe to toe with this person is Jeepers Creepers. I would love it. I would
You
love
want
it.
the creep. You want the creep one on one.
I want the creep. I want the creep.
Wow,
All
showdown.
right, good for
Because
you, man.
I would, because I feel like it's one of these. Oh yes, obviously it would be a scary, it would be a nightmare, but as long as you can survive that one day, 23, you got 23 years before that sucker's coming back. So
Can you please whatever, I know you have the models to your face in terms of AI. Can you please type in that you fight him? Like do a long descriptor so we have like an image of you fighting him.
you want an AI picture of me fighting
Oh
the
man,
Jeepers?
Yeah, but you made that, right?
Say, say that again.
You made a AI model of yourself that you cranked out all those images of you in like the war and as a
Yes.
YouTuber and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So just do that, but like add him to it and be like, we're fighting.
You want to use it as like the thumbnail, or
Well, we
just
could
you
use it
just
for
want
whatever. I just want
you
it.
just want to see it? Okay, all right. As long as there's not a deadline on it,
I
I
kind
Oh
can
no,
of,
use
there's no
it.
I
deadline.
kind of
No, no,
want
no.
us to all pick the people we want to fight against horror movie, and like
Oh
that'd
damn,
be
I have.
like our, that'd be like
Oh, you mean for the photo? Yes.
yes,
We need like
AI and
we need like
AI
12
thing.
selfies of you, Clark, so we can make a model.
All right,
All right, mine would be I would want to be in The Shining. I know The Shining is like a cliche horror movie at this point, but I absolutely love that film. When I'm in it, I'm just home. It is the environment, the isolation, that particular lodge, just everything about it. I love. And I feel like with this and that, I feel like I'm already on the teetering edge of like holding on to sanity. So I feel like I would weather that well. Um, uh, let's see, yeah, it just all of it seems like I could weather hard winter isolation for an
Hmm,
extended period of time without murdering my.
okay.
then the one that I would not want is the ruins. Um,
Oh,
Oh,
uh,
fuck that.
yeah, just stuff
oh,
growing in you and it won't ever stop.
God
And
damn
you,
you, Seth.
what?
Sorry, that hits me hard. Trust me, that movie hit that book. I love that book.
Oh, damn, I haven't
I
read
mean,
it.
I've read the novel, and then the movie also I love because Gina Malone is like my biggest crush. So
Yeah.
I don't know why they cast her in that movie, but they cast her in it. I read that book way before they made that movie. Ooh, you hit me hard there.
It's a creepy movie. It is
Yeah,
creepy.
yeah.
All they're like all the little flowers like at night.
Oh,
Uh,
that's a good one. That's a good take.
Well, even for that one, Seth, even if you survive the plants, you have all the tribes people like
yeah.
Yeah.
not letting you
Coming out
Oh,
off
stuff.
of that.
oh, you're
Like
so screwed.
like you're just gonna die from starvation. Like that's not fun either.
I mean, them like pulling all of the like all the tendrils out of their bodies,
Mhm.
but and knowing that this is systematic, like you're infected. There's no
Yep.
pulling a string out and you're good. But anyway, yeah, that movie just gives me the creeps. There's other infectious disease horror movies I could do, but for some reason that one was just like really bothered me. But Clark, who
Mm.
would you go toe to toe with, and or what movie?
I think that I can survive the thing.
Oh, whoa.
1982.
Ooh.
Yep.
That I don't
It,
know, dude. Like
yep.
I don't know,
that's
bro.
tough. That
I'm a
because what
very suspicious, a very cognizant, very observant person, and I wouldn't even let myself be in the same space of anyone that I thought
This
was
is like
like
the best
suspicious.
fireside chat ever. Dude,
So
you'd be in the thing. I love this. I love this. I love this little moment, or what do we call this? What in movie?
and
What would we call this
I
segment?
even forgot. I forgot the parameters that I set down. So what I survived and what was the other one?
Yeah, what would you not want to? What movie would you not want?
What would I not want to be in? Oh yeah, what I would not want to be in is definitely it's I don't want to do something like supernatural. So something that's like plausible. I don't want to be in actually Alien, the original Alien, 79 Alien.
that's a good one. That's
Yeah,
good.
That's
Being
I that's
isolated
I
in
don't
space.
yeah, I don't think I can survive that. I think that yeah, no. The
Is it
xenomorph
is
is
it
the
is it
scariest.
the monster
The
or the
yeah,
isolation?
the xenomorph is the scariest horror
Yeah.
creature in my mind.
What about Predator?
No, no,
Oh, no, no,
fucking
no.
xenomorph. No,
Well, the problem with the xenomorph life cycle. That's
yeah,
what's so. It's not only a hyper vicious killing machine. That's its only purpose. The way it spreads is absolutely. It will impregnate you,
yeah.
and then it
That's
will
true.
crack out of your body. I mean, it's
And if it like if its evolutionary version of that isn't satisfactory, it yeah, like, it actually goes to the next form. Like that's how.
wait. What do you mean? What do you mean?
So the xenomorph, what it does is actually remember the jockey? They go to the
Yeah.
planet. They have like they find an alien form, and that's
Yeah.
what the jockey is what they call it. So um, the xenomorph basically attaches and impregnates the next form, and then whatever is born out of that becomes the next form of that alien.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. It
it's an
incorporates its
insect.
genome.
Yeah, it's an insect essentially.
Oh
I
man, that's a good pick. That movie is so
So
spot
the
on.
xenomorph is half human, half
Yeah.
jockey, the previous alien that it had infected.
Yeah.
So this life form has infected alien life forms its entire existence. That's how it
Yeah.
keeps reproducing. That's why
I know.
Alien is. That's why it's the scariest thing in the universe.
Well, hold on, Alex, because you just mentioned Predator, but there is a Predator alien. There is one
Yeah.
that impregnated a Predator,
Yeah,
Pred
and
alien.
if
Yeah.
it's able
yeah.
to do that, that means that the predators are not perfect.
Well, no,
Ooh.
not necessarily perfect, but I'm just trying to think of like, okay, if I'm just
I
walking
I
around,
do like the predators, by the way. They're the only things I think could take on the aliens, and that's why we have Predator versus Alien.
yeah, I just like, okay, if I'm walking down the street and I see an alien standing there or a predator standing there, I think I have a higher likely chance of surviving against an alien than a predator. That's just me
You,
because the
but
predator has
you
high
can
tech
talk. You
equipment.
can talk to the predator. The alien doesn't want to talk to you. The alien.
True.
It's in the movie. It literally says, what's his name? I
Bishop,
forget his name. Yeah. The
David.
no, not him. The synth, basically.
Bishop.
No, not him.
What?
Not
Which
Wad.
one?
What is his name?
It's
Wait. Oh,
it's the guy
the
that's
guy that
in.
recently passed away,
Yeah, he's the
older
guy
guy.
that's
Waylon.
in. He's
Waylon.
the guy that's in. He's the guy that's in.
Lord
Uh,
of War.
I was gonna say the Jack the Ripper movie from Hell, but
Are,
Wait, there's a From Hell movie. I thought it was
uh,
just a graphic.
yeah, there's a From Hell movie. Oh God, we're gonna do a watch. If you have not seen From Hell, the
No, I mean
movie,
I thought most of the
anyway,
Jack the Ripper movies.
we're gonna go past
Like,
that. But yeah, he's the android in it, and he
yeah,
tells them,
yeah.
yeah, he basically tells them that the alien is the perfect killing machine. It's like, uh,
It doesn't reason. It's
yeah,
perfection.
see, yeah, you got the
Yeah.
quote. Yeah.
The yeah, anyway, there's a graphic novel called Something Angels. It's an alien graphic novel, or it was a comic series they bound into one issue, and they summed it up really well. They basically there was a scientist on like a moon planet that decided to stay there and study. That he had these creatures under lockdown, and he figured out how to use their pheromones, and he became kind of their leader. He could basically manipulate the xenomorph through pheromones. Uh, I
Well, 'cause
won't give
they can't see,
spoiler,
so, yeah.
huh?
Because they can't see, so
Yeah, yeah. And so they basically follow him around. But anyway, I'm not giving out any spoilers, but basically they were saying like that the the xenomorph is the universal balance. Like it was meant to be here because anytime a civilization gets advanced enough to start jumping galaxies and star systems, then they will inevitably come across this, at that stage that race will be very advanced, and so it's like a counterbalance to conquering a galaxy. It once they come in contact with it, it just spreads like a virus and then wipes them out and transmutes their DNA and then becomes its own thing, and then they die out or they go dormant until the next huge star faring civilization comes around. It's like a counterbalance to stay on your planet.
Interesting. I like that. That's a cool theory
and
Yeah.
right there.
we should. By the way, while we're talking about this, there was released a trailer today. Um, New Alien movie is coming out,
What?
No
and
way.
Ridley? Is it Ridley?
it might be a live action Alien Isolation.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be
No.
like an OG. That would be like,
yeah, it might be Amanda Ripley's story.
man, Disney owns that shit though.
Yep, and
Fuck.
that's why we know it.
That's the only thing I've
Disney
been worried
Disney
for a
kind of
long.
Disney kind of spilled their card. So, yep. And it looks just like the game.
I'm gonna watch
Okay.
it after this.
Man, I really wanted Ridley to complete the pre-trilogy, like Prometheus, then Covenant. It needed one more because where he was going with the space jockeys, with the AI, and the xenomorph all together. I really enjoyed those films. Completely different. I don't think of them on the same tier as the first Alien. I just don't.
Yep.
They're like just different movies, but I love.
Damn.
We got a movie list from this talk. What are we at? 4 hours?
Yeah. Yeah. We're let me see here. We are at
I got to go to bed so hard. And Clark, dude, hats off to you. You're an hour ahead of me.
What time is it for you guys?
It is 1 a.m.
There's one. Oh yeah, it's 1:59. It's 2 a.m. for me. So.
You guys are on the same time zone?
No, he's an hour early.
An
He's
hour
Eastern.
ahead of
I'm
him.
Central.
Yeah, because the USA sucks, and even though I can literally drive 4 hours and be at his house, but
Yeah, man. We're gonna man. Gun range day, Mammoth Cave. That's effing weird. Live from Mammoth Cave.
yeah, we're
You
gonna
guys can
The-
wait like just a couple more months. I'll be back
Oh
in
yeah,
I'll be back stateside soon.
dude. Yeah,
Are
dude.
you are you
We'll
legitimately
be
gonna
there.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's well, okay, before we start that, we'll just do the hey audience members, thanks for stopping by. We're gonna sign off now. We're gonna talk some private stuff. You're not allowed. All right. Yeah, signing off. Oh, wait, we gotta say the same. We don't want what's normal. We want stuff that's effing weird.